So we're driving the third ring road and I control the car. Autopilot is available. So now we've got cruise control icon and autopilot icon on the left and on the right of the current speed numbers. When the steering wheel icon is lit, we can turn the autopilot on. When this icon, it's standard for all the cars and called preset speed mode, is lit, we can turn the cruise control on. It's really easy to turn it on. We've got little controller right here under the turn signal controller, and we need to pull it twice. Now we're in manual mode. I pull the controller twice, steering wheel icon is lit with a blue light, cruise control icon is lit with a blue light, and Tesla has started to read road markings. This is it, Tesla follows road markings. It'll move with a maximum speed of 65 km per hour, and autopilot controls the car. The car is focused on road markings, but now we've got the vehicle in front of us as an obstacle. And the car is focused on the vehicle in front now. Now the distance has increased and the car is reading road markings again. We're in autopilot mode again and the car controls itself. It'll slow itself down and accelerate itself. The main thing is... yes, we see now as the vehicle in front changes lanes, and Tesla accelerates. There is an obstacle and Tesla slows down. Oh, now we're having non-standard situation. No, Tesla ignored it. As before, we're following road markings. Oh, what's going to happen now? Tesla started to slow down, but I'm pretty sure Tesla did it itself. No, I did it. I'm pretty sure we wouldn't be able to stop in time as it was needed. The steering wheel icon is lit with a gray light again, and we can turn the autopilot on, as I'm doing it now. The car moves along its lane with permissible speed, and it's focused on road markings, so there are no problems. Your legs are not on the pedals. Yeah, you can see them. Autopilot sees the cars in front. Once again, look at my legs. Autopilot sees the cars in front and switches attentions on them. The braking happened without you. Yes, it happens itself. Autopilot is focused on the vehicle in front before the distance between cars increases, and autopilot switches attention to road markings. I switch the turn signal on and the car is thinking if there is an obstacle there. Tesla decides not to change lanes. Traffic is very heavy. Yes, we move in the very heavy traffic and Tesla doesn't want to change lanes. Now it follows road markings. It will slow itself down if it's needed, or accelerate itself, but it will follow road markings. We'll see what's going to happen now. There is a vehicle in front that suddenly appeared. Really cool. That's all, I didn't push any pedal, I only put my legs on pedals for safety reasons. The vehicle in front has disappeared and Tesla continues to follow road markings. The road turns again. Tesla doesn't move faster than 46 km per hour because it was the preset speed. In the manual mode I would dive into this space because you can see it yourself. The distance between these cars allows to change lanes. But autopilot doesn't want to do it yet. Normal Moscow driver would definitely change lanes already. Yeah, absolutely. The car moves at 55 km per hour, it follows road markings. We have just passed Rishka overpass, which wins a lot, and I haven't touched steering wheel even once, haven't touched gas pedal or turn signal controllers. I'll probably switch the turn signal off because it annoys me and the car doesn't want to change lanes anyway. It'll continue moving along its lane. We can accelerate a bit to 65 km per hour. There are several modes. If I lift it up just a little, the car adds 1 km per hour to the speed. If I lift it up to the maximum, it adds 5 km per hour. Tesla stops itself, another car is trying to dive in the lane in front of us. What's going to happen? We let it in the lane, Tesla let it in. Amazing. Tesla saw this car and focused on it. You can see the blue picture of the car on the panel. Tesla will stop focusing on this car as soon as the distance between us increases. You see, now Tesla's reading road markings again. That's it, Tesla's reading road markings, and it's not going to change the lane. You can see how the car accelerates itself to 65 and continues to move along this lane. I don't understand what should be the distance between cars to make Tesla not afraid of changing lanes. I don't know, I can try to change lanes to the right. Let's see. I switch the turn signal on. There's no car in front or behind in the right lane. Tesla doesn't want to change lane again. Maybe there is a setting, there is, maybe somebody switched it off, or even I myself switched it off. I need to look for it, let's try, because I'm sure it did change lanes before. Let's go to the settings. Okay, I'll take the steering wheel and turn the autopilot off. Driving, settings, protection mode, no, it's not there. Down, a little down, the second one from the bottom, yes. Oh, everything is switched off. Auto lane change, you see, top and right. Top and right. On, I told you, on. Why isn't this stuff working? It's okay, it just doesn't allow you to change the setting while you're driving. Oh, okay, so we switched it on? Yes, so let's try it again. Let me only explain to the viewers. We had this auto lane change setting off. Okay, the autopilot is on again. Preset speed is 65 km per hour. Tesla reads road markings and turns itself. I guess it'll not change lanes through solid line. I want to believe this. Now we see the dotted line and pull the turn signal controller. The car in front is pretty far from us and there is no car behind us. And Tesla changes lanes. I am sorry, this was my mistake and switched off option. That's why the car wasn't changing lanes. Oh, I noticed one thing. I had time to read about it on internet. I switched left turn signal on, the car changed lanes and right line became dotted on the screen, while left line was solid. The line through which Tesla changes lines becomes dotted and Tesla understands it. Pretty soon you can change lanes back, or you can wait for a little bit till the car starts completely reading both marking lines and switch left or right turn signals on. In this case, the car will change lanes with more safety. Here, will we break the rules for experiment? I pulled left turn signal controller, we move in the tunnel and the line on the left is solid. No car is in front or behind, but Tesla doesn't change lanes. The car follows rules and road markings. Even if the lane change setting is on, we have tested it just now. It did not change lanes through solid line. Another car left our lane and Tesla gave way for it. That's it. It's slowing down now. This feels unreal. Tesla is focused on the car in front because it stopped and we're starting moving. If I did not know that we use the autopilot, I would never have believed that you do not press the brake pedal. From the passenger point of view, it feels 100% like you're driving the car, only it accelerates much slower. Yeah, but when the human being is driving the car, it cannot drive calmly. It always tries to press the pedal to the floor to feel all the 700 horsepower. I feel like the acceleration is pretty quick despite the autopilot. It's relatively quick. Tesla focuses on the Volkswagen Tiguan in front, so it depends on how quick Tiguan is able to accelerate. Tesla calculates the safe distance, that's why we won't accelerate quicker than Tiguan. That's how it is. If we stood behind another car with higher performance, which would start very quickly, then maybe we could have had faster acceleration. We can do this experiment, we can put another Tesla in front, that's interesting, yes, and ask the driver to accelerate very quickly while we have our autopilot mode on. We'll see what will happen, we can make such test, yes. The car changes lanes back very quickly, so this option really works. Not immediately, I should say. The car was thinking for a while. I want to do left turn. It's really interesting because the van behind was pretty close. So Tesla can do everything. It controls lateral traffic, it analyzes how close are cars on both sides of our car, and it slows down itself if it's needed. If you neglect possible lane changes of the cars in front and suggest that they will not do this suddenly, you can actually feel very calm in autopilot mode. This is a very problem area where cars turn to Nizhegorодskaya Street from two lanes at the same time, but we didn't have any obstacles. And now Tesla is going to move at 65 km per hour again, following road markings. Was it the case when other car suddenly dives in the lane in front of you? Suddenly, no, that didn't happen. Maybe because I don't use this option very often, and because Tesla's added this option not very long ago. Once when I was moving to Tverskaya Street, people who wanted to turn to Boulevard Ring, who were moving along Boulevard Ring, one of those cars has cut off my lane. Of course, Tesla doesn't know what to do in such a situation. It asks you to take the steering wheel. The red icon is lit like take the steering wheel. Red icon? Yes, yes. It beeps and we already heard today how it can beep. It beeps and asks to switch to the manual mode. We're in auto lane change mode, we've got an obstacle to the right and we give that car way. I switch right turn signal on, Tesla knows that there's nobody on right lane and changes lanes. That's it. Will it change lanes again if the right turn signal is still on? Let's see. No, it doesn't change lanes again. So you need to switch right turn signal off and on again to make the car change lanes. There were no obstacles, so the car changed lanes. We switched turn signal off and on and changed the lanes to the left. That's how it works. I pulled turn signal controller again to change lanes to the left. It's all safe and the car changes lanes. In traffic situation when suddenly fixed obstacles appear on my lane, I don't feel totally safe. If it's a traffic jam and the car understands it, like now, Tesla will stop. It'll make decision based on the car in front. Tesla can read this car from very long distance. We're in traffic jam now. Chevrolet Lacetti in front of us doesn't want to move. So we don't move too. The car in front starts to move away and Tesla follows it. They need to invent communication mode between Teslas. Create some kind of chat room. What about a new interface? How do you feel about improvements? Well, I'm not sure about increased functionality, but it became more informative. I can see tire pressure on the left side of the screen. I'm not sure if it's very important, but it's nice that I accurately and currently know if it's all good with tire pressure in my car. But there is one negative side. Previously, the charge mode, which shows the amount of battery charge, was shown right in the center of the panel. It was a large green line that you couldn't ignore. Now this line is very small, very tiny line on the left bottom of the dashboard. It's not so visible now, it's somewhere on the edge. Does it mean that nobody has problems with range? And that if you're leaving your garage with 300 kilometers left on the screen, you will really have those 300 kilometers of range? Maybe yes. On the right side of the dashboard, there were shown power consumption numbers, the same as now. The image has changed a bit. Now it's round, but it has the same functionality and clarity. The functional for Autopilot is situated in the center of dashboard. It doesn't matter if the Autopilot is on or off, the car constantly displays online which lane we are moving along, if we change lanes or not, and is there any other car in front of us. And parking sensors constantly warn if there are any objects on the left side or right side or whatever. Now we're moving along inner lane and we've got separating concrete fence on the left, so the sensor constantly signals that separating concrete fence is very close. What also disappeared is mileage. There's no odometer anymore. I think now it's only available in settings. You can change an image on the right and it'll show you trip computer. You need to press and hold it. Oh, I see. You can choose trip computer. Press and hold it. We can see the temperature. Press and hold it. The wheel. Yes. Now you can choose trips. Yes, trips, and you will see numbers of current trip, numbers since the last charging, and whatever. Yes, I see now. The panel can change. Thanks a lot to Alexander from investment company Freedom Finance for the opportunity to do this video for you about the car with autopilot. Now we drove most of the third ring road with an autopilot. The feeling is just unreal. I am a technical person and I deeply understand the technical details and the way things work, but my brain just refuses to believe that the car can move like that itself. If I didn't 100% know that the car drives itself, I would have never believed that Alexander does not touch the steering wheel, does not press the brake or gas pedal. The car has pretty quick acceleration. If the car in front is moving away, you've got a very clear feeling that Tesla starts accelerating. You feel like the car started moving because the driver pressed the gas pedal. The car behaves well in difficult situations. It can squeeze into relatively narrow intervals between cars if you want to change lanes. You switch the turn signal on and the car changes lanes. At the moment I have a feeling that the autopilot is ready for the urban environment. That was for reassurance purposes when the creators said that the car on autopilot can only move on the highway. They cannot allow autopilot in the urban environment only because they cannot guarantee safety there. But now, as we're moving through the city on autopilot, I have a cool and comfortable feeling. At some point you even forget about the autopilot. We're just moving and having conversation. And then we suddenly remember that the car drives itself. It's unreal, just unreal. And it's happening right here, right now, in Moscow City. That's how it is. It doesn't switch on. Oh, it did. It's moving along one lane. That car's slowing down. Tesla's slowing down itself. Tesla's focusing on one line, on the left one. We haven't filmed such thing yet, by the way. It can orientate itself by the left line. Do you see Mercedes? Yes, I do. Tesla dodged from the right car. Holy crap, the taxi cut us off. The taxi cut us off and Tesla dodged from it. It's real. I wondered why it turned the steering wheel to the left. Yeah. I am stunned. We were so interested in autopilot that we forgot to look in the mirrors and around. Oh, it's lit. Reverse gear? Is it lit? Already not, I guess. No, P letter is lit. Yes, reverse gear and also start? No, braking pedal? Yes, it's happening. It will steer itself now. Catch it on the video, guys. This is first autopilot parking in Russia, guys. With Tesla. Holy crap. How does Tesla do this? It's so cool. So cool. Will it move forward a little? It did move forward. So smoothly. Autopark complete. It was so nice. The car did it so easily. I feel like we're absolutely parallel and deeply to the curb. The distance was large, obviously, but the car did everything itself. It's real. Fantastic. Go, go, go. Just fantastic. It's interesting what's going to happen. The car has passed nearby. Tesla ignores it, just parks itself very calmly. Traffic doesn't bother it. The car behind us is not very close to us, of course. The steering wheel is aligned. Will it move a little forward? Yes, it does it. It moved a bit forward. Yes. It's like 60-65 centimeters to the front car and Tesla stops and turns the parking mode on. So here we are, my friends. Yeah, pretty cool. It's another one autopilot capability, and we're waiting for the new version with garage auto parking. Moscow Tesla Club, the first and the only one in Russia Tesla fan club. Tesla cars in stock and on order. Club privileges for purchase and maintenance. Freedom Finance. Buy Tesla Motors shares with the investment company Freedom Finance. Subscribe.